Hey, we're back again here making some 304 stainless steel parts from a CNC mill, and I'm turning it just like we did the last process. This time we're going to do the angled part of the 304 stainless, and I have about 100 of them that I'm going to do today, and what they're going to look like. Again, here's a little representation of it. So I've got to turn all these into this guy right here. So what we're going to be doing today is that little angled part on the end of this right here. And so I have the first one already cut out here. I'm going to show you how I set it up and give you a nice little view of how it goes. So again, what I do was I use my I use magnets on my wrenches that fit around the spindle collet there. And it's actually really convenient if you need to pull out a part, put in a part, and you don't have enough hands to do it. So, or if you're injured or something, you can't do it with an injured hand. So anyway, this is what it looks like after I turn it. And I'm going to do some post-processing cleaning this up, but let me go ahead and put in a new part. So I'm going to take my part, I'm going to take the fixture. Basically, it sets the depth it goes into the collet. So I'm going to keep this part on top. I'm going to be cutting down the bottom part. I have this little groove here, so I can put my thumb here, and I can keep it from slipping out, and it keeps it all the way down to the bottom of that fixture right there. So it's always exactly the same spacing on the top right here. So let me go ahead and stick it in here and flip this around here because I'm tightening it. And use my other wrench. All right, and that is set. So the length from the bottom here to the bottom of the collet here is always going to be exactly the same with every one of these parts. So remember, take your wrenches off before you hit the spindle cycle start. Anyway, so let me go ahead and show you the programming of this real quick before we get started. So let me flip this around and zoom in a little bit. So this is similar to what I was doing before with the top half. So what it's going to do is actually come down on the edge. Let me zoom in a little bit more. It's going to come down on the edge. It's going to pull away. It's going to come back, come down a little bit further, pull away, go back in, go a little bit further. So it's going to make this taper effect on the part that I stuck in my spindle there. So let me show you guys in motion what this thing actually does. I'll zoom in here a little bit so you guys can see a better view. And let me see, here we go. And again, this is just a lathe tool that I put in my vise, and it's secure. So this is a stationary tool, and I put the part actually in my spindle there, and this is what's going to be cut. So mentally, you got to think about these two things flipping, because typically you would put the tool in the collet and you put your workpiece in your vise. Well, you got to flip it in your head, so it's kind of weird, but anyway. So here we go. Let me go ahead and hit cycle start and see what this looks like. It's just taking a little cut at a time, maybe 7 to 8 thousandths. And I'm running this at 2200 RPM at 23 inches per minute. This last pass is still 2200, but 12 inches per minute. And after it pulls up, the spindle goes off and it pulls to the side. So it gives me some room to put in the next part. So right away, I'm not going to touch this right here because this is going to be very hot. So what I'm going to do is grab a paper towel, get my wrench on there, put that in place, loosen up a little bit, and pull this off with the paper towel. So there it is. I can grab the top part. It's not that hot. So there it is, little angled piece here. It actually turned out pretty well. The last pass, I slow it down because I want to give it a nice finish, a surface finish here. I try to make it so I don't go too slow because you can work harden 304 stainless steel and it just doesn't help. So you could tell the difference also in post-processing between the parts that I finish with like I use a Scotch-Brite wheel, and it kind of dulls out the finish there. Let me see if I can get you a better version of it. Actually, that one is better, I think. All right, so actually, yeah, I use a Scotch-Brite wheel. Takes off the fine imperfections on the surface of this and shines it up, so it looks really nice. But yeah, so that's kind of how I do this. I can still feel it kind of warm there. But anyway, I'm going to work on 100 of them just for today. I've got a few hundred more to do tomorrow when I have more time. So anyway, that is how I do those spikes. The next video, I'm going to show you how I do my plates. I got to punch some holes in it, thread them. I also have the stems for the shredders. So stay tuned. And if you want to subscribe and like the video, I would appreciate it. Check out my ebook. I put the link in the description, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.